Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to this MTP video for December 2020. Finally, after a long wait, ICAI has released Series 1 of MTP for December 22 exam. Series 2 is also expected. It is, the notification is awaited in the next few days. So, before we start, just some rules as usual. Those who have watched other MTP videos on the channel know about these rules. First is, everything will be explained in simple English, so language should not be an issue. Second, you must try this by yourself first and then only come to the video. Otherwise in exam it is not going to be useful, because in exam the objective is to solve it by yourself, right? Third, we are going to try to solve every question in 1 minute. Okay, so our focus will be more on tricks and shortcuts rather than concepts. For concepts, I have uploaded full lectures and revision lectures on channel for free, so you can go through those. Okay, but here we'll focus only on tricks and shortcuts. That's it. Next is some instructions. Here ICAI in mock test paper gives part A and part B, that is maths, LR and stats. But in exam it does not happen. In exam all questions are mixed. So first question might be statistics, then maths, then LR, maths, anything. Right, so be prepared for that. Second is MTP is relatively easy. Some questions of this are really good, but relatively it is easy. So expect a bit higher level in exam. Third is, in MTP, the questions are given chapter wise. So first ratio, proportion, indices, log, then equations, then TVM, permutation and so on. So that does not happen in exam, obviously, right? So in exam everything will be mixed. Fine, so let's start quickly. Be ready with your calculators. Let's see if we can solve as many questions as we can within 1 minute each, right? So first, we have to simplify that root 3 by 9 raised to something, 9 by something into 9. First thing that you should see is everything can be written in base of 3, right? So let's write everything in base of 3. Root 3 is what? 3 raised to half. And this 5 by 2 will also be multiplied using rules of indices, a raised to m bracket raised to n. So it will be into 5 by 2. Upon 9 is what? 3 square, again into 5 by 2, because it will be multiplied here also. Into 9 is what? 3 square into 7 by 2. Then 3 is 3 raised to 1 and root 3 is 3 raised to half. Both will be multiplied by 7 by 2. When you open the bracket, both the powers I am talking about, okay? 7 by 2, 7 by 2. Into 9 is 3 square. Now no need to do any other simplification. No need to write anything. You have calculator, that's it. Because remember, a raised to m into a raised to n is a raised to m plus n. And a raised to m by a raised to n is a raised to m minus n. That means all the powers in numerator will be added. All the powers in denominator will be subtracted. So we'll just do everything with powers. Concentrate. Take on your calculator, half into 1 by 2, half into 5 by 2, 1 by 2 into 5 by 2, m plus, because it is in numerator. Next, 2 into 5 by 2, m minus, because it is in denominator. Then 2 into 7 by 2, m plus, because numerator. 1 into 7 by 2, m minus, because denominator. Then half into 7 by 2, m minus, because denominator. And this 2, m plus, because numerator. If you press MRC, you should get 0, right? Check if you are getting 0. That means 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is what? Anything raised to 0 is 1. So option A is the correct answer for question 1. Question 2. If P by Q is 2 by 3, then what is value of that? Fine, let's assume as 2x and 3x. So it will be 2P will be what? 2 into 2x, that is 4x, plus Q is 3x. Upon 2P is 2 into 2, 4x, minus Q is again 3x. So 4 plus 3, 7x. 4 minus 3, 1x. So 7 by 1, 7 is the correct option. Third, log, but simple question. Log root 3 to base A is 1 by 6. Find value of A. You must know the relationship between logarithm and indices. It is like log is opposite of indices. So you must be able to rearrange log into indices. How? This raised to this is equal to this. A raised to 1 by 6 is equal to root 3. Right? If you know this, then we can just raise it by 6 both sides. So 6 will be cancelled. A will be equal to root 3 raised to 6. Root 3 is what? 3 raised to half into 6. Half into 6 is 3. 3 cube is 27, option C. That's it. Fourth, log something plus log something plus log something. You should not waste your time in reading this part. Why? Because you first should know what is the rule that is required. Log something plus log something, that must mean log A plus log B, which is log AB, right? Log AB. So no need to read this first in detail. because what happens is you waste time. Log of p square by qr plus log of q square by pr, we are not concerned with that, right? Log something plus log something, that means we have to use this. That means we have to multiply this term, this term, this term. Okay, so let's ignore this. So it will be log of first term into second term into third term. If you observe, everything will get cancelled. How? P square, Q square, R square. Log of 1. Log of 1 is always 0. Why? Because anything raised to 0 is 1. That is why log of 1 is 0. Why? Because understand, a raised to what is 1? A raised to 0 is always 1. That is why log of 1 is always 0. Next, find value of this. A basic indices question. Fine. So 3 into t raised to minus 1 upon t raised to minus 1 by 3. You can again use your calculator, m plus and m minus, that's it. Or if you want, you can convert it to positive powers, because many students make mistake with negative powers. What will happen? 3 will remain as it is. T raised to minus 1 will go in the denominator and become t raised to 1. And t raised to minus 1 by 3 will come here and become t raised to 1 by 3. Okay, fine. Now this 1 by 3 is m plus, this 1 is m minus. So 1 by 3 m plus 1 is m minus. If you press MRC, you get minus 0.666. 3 into t raised to minus 0.6 recurring. Or 3 into 1 upon t raised to 0.6 recurring. 0.666 is what? 2 by 3. So t raised to 2 by 3. So this is the correct answer. You should know it, or if you don't know it, just check. 2 by 3 is 0.666. So that is the answer. That's it. Okay. Sixth. Okay, there is printing mistake in this, but let's try to make sense of it. A bag contains, let's assume, 25 paise, 10 paise and 5 paise coins in the ratio 3 to 1. Okay. So the total value of 40 rupees, let's assume that the total value is 40 rupees. That is what I mean most probably. The number of 5 paise coins is how much? Fine. Now understand something carefully. Just a second. You must have seen this kind of question in module, because it is in module. You can form equation and solve. That is absolutely fine. But from exam point of view, if you can think of some trick, it is always helpful. Understand? We know that the ratio of 25 paise, 10 paise and 5 paise coins is 3 is to 2 is to 1. In options they have given us 5 paise coins, that means this is 1. 5 paise coin is 1x, right? 10 paise coins will be double, 2x, and 25 paise coins will be triple, that is 3x. Fine. Okay. Let's go by options then. 45 coins of 5 paise plus 45 into 2. 45 into 2 is 90 coins of 10 paise plus 45 into 3. 45 into 3 is 135 coins of 25 paise. Right? Check if this amount is 40 rupees. 40 rupees is what? 4000 paise. Right? Check if it is 4000 paise. 45 into 5 m plus 90 into 10 m plus 135 into 25 m plus MRC. No, 4500. Next option into 5 plus 48 into 2. You can do it on calculator only. Now you don't need to write. How? 48 into 5 m plus 48 into 2 into 10 m plus 48 into 3 into 25 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 4800. So again, not the answer. C. 40 into 5 m plus 40 into 2 into 10 m plus 40 into 3 into 25 m plus. If you press MRC, you get 4000 paise. So C is the correct answer. I hope you have understood this. If not, let me know in comments, because this is a very good way of going by options in exam. 7th, if one root is this, okay, that is not correct. I think they mean if one root of this is reciprocal of other, then what is value of y? Fine. If one root is reciprocal of other, that is alpha and 1 by alpha, then product of roots is 1. Okay, and we know that in a quadratic equation, product of roots is c by a. Okay, here what is a? A is 5, b is 13, c is y, right? So c by a is 1, that means we know y by 5 is 1. So y is 5. Option C is the correct answer for question number 7. Next, 8th, if 2 raised to x into 3 raised to y into 5 raised to z is 720, then what is value of x, y, z? Now what is expected is you factorize this 720, okay, or else you can go by options. 2 raised to 4, 3 raised to 2, 5 raised to 1, check if it is 720, otherwise option 2, otherwise option 3, and so on. Okay, let's just go by option 2 raised to 4. So 2 into 1, 2, 3, that is 16. Okay, into 3 raised to 2, that is 9, into 5 raised to 1 is 5. that is 720. So option A is the correct answer. If not, what you have to do is factorize this. 72, 10. 10 is what? 5 into 2. 72 is what? Sorry, 72 by 2 is 36. Oh, sorry, my calculator is not working, I guess. Find 2 and 36. 36 is, again you can divide into 18 and 2. 18 is what? 9 into 2, right? So again 2. 9 is 3 square. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 2. Then 3 square. And then 1 time 5. So option A is the correct answer. Whatever way you want. 9th. A man wants to cut 3 lengths from a single piece of board of length 91 centimeters. So 91 centimeters is the length. The second length is to be 3 centimeters longer than shortest, and third length is to be twice as the shortest. Okay, so it will be one shortest and then second and third. What is the possible length of shortest piece? Fine. If you know shortest piece is x, then they have said that second piece is 3 centimeters longer, so x plus 3, and third is twice of shortest, so 2x. So we know that obviously sum of this is 91, so we can solve it. So 4x plus 3 is 91. So 4x will be 91 minus 3. Okay, my calculator is not working, so bear with me. 88 by 4. So 22 is the answer of x. So option A is correct for question number 9. Next, 10. A labor can be paid under 2 methods given below. 600 fixed and 50 per hour, or 170 per hour. Fine. So either you pay them fixed amount and then less amount per hour, or pay them more amount per hour. If a labor job work takes r hours to complete, find value of r for which method 2 gives the labor better wages. Okay, fine. So method 2 should give better wages. What is the value of r for that? Now this is a concept called as cost indifference point, which you will study in CA Inter. Okay, costing. But you can solve, this is a math question, right? Mathematics question. See, if r's are x, then in first method they are getting 600 rupees plus 50x, 50 into the number of hours. In second method they are getting 170x, right? So let's just go by options. Now obviously if you think logically, second method will give better wages if number of hours are more, right? So let's start checking with this 6. So 50 into 6 plus 600. First method gives 900 rupees, and 170 into 6 is, sorry, 1020 rupees. So A is the correct answer. No need to check anything else. 11. Time required to produce a unit of product is 3 hours. Product A is 3 hours, and for product B is 5 hours. Total available time is 220 hours. If X and Y are number of units, then which of this is correct? Okay, so obviously 3 hours, that means 3x hours will be required. 5 hours, so 5y hours will be required. Total of that has to be less than 220, less than equal to 220. So this option with non-negativity constraint is option number C, option C, right? Yeah, I don't know why they have given option D. Fine. Option C is the correct answer. 12th. What must be added to each term of this so it becomes 3 by 4? So obviously go by options, no need to do anything else. 49 plus 3, 52, and 68 plus 3 is 71. That is not going to be 3 by 4. You can check. 3 by 4 is 0.75, right? So just take 52 by 71. That is not 0.75. Next, if we add 5, it will become 54. Sorry, and 73. So check 54 by 73, not 0.75. Next, if we add 8, 49 plus 8 is 57, and 68 plus 8 is 76. So 57 by 76, that is 0.75. Option C is the correct answer. Question 13. Now TVM questions have started. Very important chapter from exam point of view. Find future value of annuity of 1000 made annually for 7 years at interest rate 16% compounded annually. They have made a lot of spelling mistakes. Let's ignore. Now very important is, first of all, if you are weak in TVM, then I have uploaded entire revision lectures, revision batch, formula marathon, shortcut videos, everything on the channel. But you must be 100% confident in TVM. Why? Because 12 to 16 marks are carried by TVM only, and those who are weak in maths or those who don't like maths, TVM is a chapter which is important for CAs. Okay, so even in inter and final, this chapter is something that you are going to face. So you have to be ready with this. Everyone must prepare this. Okay. Now I am assuming you know all the formulas because this is just a solution video. Okay, so Future value of annuity, fine. So future value of annuity, that is annuity regular if nothing is given, we assume. So it is going to be annuity amount 1000 into 1 plus, I am writing formula, I will not write it every time, 1 plus r raised to n minus 1 upon I'm sorry yeah, I was saying upon r or I, right? So this they have already given, they generally given MTPs, 2.8262 minus 1 upon 0.16, right? I is 0.16 into 1000, that is 11,413.75, option A. Assuming that discount rate is 7% per annum, discount is interest rate. So discount rate is actually something different. That is a concept which you'll learn in depth in CA Inter. It is also there in CA Foundation, but not a lot of students study it. How much would you pay to receive 500 growing at 5% annually forever? So this is perpetuity, growing perpetuity. Growing perpetuity is what? 500 upon growth rate and interest rate difference of that, right? So interest rate minus growth rate is 2%. So 500 by 2% is what? D. Next, Rajesh deposits 3000 at the start of each quarter, so that is annuity due, in his savings account. If the account earns interest 5.75% per annum compounded quarterly, so 5.75 divided by 4, our interest rate is going to be 1.4375% per quarter. How much money will he have at the end of 4 years, given that this? Okay, they have already given that value, right? So no need to even find that. So future value of annuity due is what? 3000 annuity amount into 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I into 1 plus I. So the formula is exactly same as regular annuity, but in annuity due you just add this, that's it. So they have already given that value, 1.25654 minus 1 upon 0.014375. I is what? This part, right? Interest rate divided by 100. Into 1 plus I. 1 plus I is 1.014375 and then multiplied by 3000. That gives us 54,308. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. If you have not understood it, watch it again. If you have any doubts, let me know in comments, but this is very important. 16th, annual rate of simple interest is 12.5%. In how many years does principal double? I have already told you in other videos, so you should know this trick. For simple interest, if it is doubling, then the period or the n is going to be 100 upon interest rate. For compound interest, it is going to be approximately 72 upon interest rate. For compound interest, this is for simple interest. So 100 by 12.5 is 8 years, option C. 5,000 rupees is paid every year for 10 years to pay off a loan. What is the loan amount if interest rate is 14% per annum compounded annually? Fine. 5,000 is paid every year for 10 years and they are asking loan amount. Loan amount means today's amount, right? So they are asking present value of annuity regular. Okay, present value, we can just use present value factor. So 5,000 into present value factor. How to find that? 1 divided by 1.14, 1 divided by 1 plus I, 10 times equal to and GT. Or if you don't have GT button, then equal to M plus 10 times and then MRC. So I don't have GT button on this calculator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you press MRC, we get 5.216 something into 5,000. That is going to be present value 26,080, option B. 18th, 800 is invested at the end of each month. End, so the regular in account paying interest 6% per year compounded monthly. What is future value of annuity after 10th payment? Fine. 6% but monthly. So 6 by 12, that is 0.5% only, right? So we have to find future value. Future value is very easy. 800 into 1 plus I raised to n, they have already given. 1.0511 minus 1 upon I. I is what? 0.5% or 0.005. So 1.0511 minus 1 by 0.5% into 800, that is 8176, option D. Next, certain sum of money borrowed at simple interest to big or they are saying grows to 2688 in 3 years and 2784 in 4 years. Simple interest, right? Simple interest is same every year. So what is simple interest in 4th year? 2784 minus 2688. 96 rupees is simple interest in 4th year. That means 96 rupees is simple interest in every year, right? So So this amount is after 3 years. So let's deduct 96 for third year, second year, first year. This will give us our principal because we are deducting simple interest. So 2688 minus 96 minus 96 minus 96. So principal is 2400. On 2400 rupees we are getting 96 interest. So what is percentage interest? 96 by 2400, that is 0.04 or 4%. Option A. Right, interest and principal. Ravi made an investment of 15,000 in the scheme. At the time of maturity, the amount was 25,000. If compounded annual growth rate CAGR is 8.88, calculate the approximate number of years. Most of the students skip this concept, but it is a very easy concept. Nothing other than compound interest. You just have to use the formula of compound interest. That's it. What is formula of compound interest? So we can just take amount, which is equal to principal into 1 plus I raised to n. So here amount is amount at the end. So 25,000 is equal to 15,000 into 1 plus I, that is 1.0888, right, raised to n. This n is our number of years. That's it. CAGR is nothing but compound interest formula. So fine. So 25,000 by 15,000 is how much? 1.6666. So 1.6 recurring is equal to 1.0888 raised to n. How do we solve this? Either you can go by options or take this on your calculator. 1.0888 press into and keep pressing equal to, because when we keep pressing equal to we get powers, right? So when we press equal to 1 times, this is square, then this is raised to 3, again raised to 4, 5, 6. So raised to 6, that gives us 1.666052 something, right? So close. So it is 6 years nearly. Option A is the correct answer. Approximate, obviously not exact. 21. Madhu takes a loan of 50,000 from ABC Bank Limited. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. The first installment will be paid at the end of 5th year. Determine the amount of equal installments if Madhu wishes to repay the amount in 5 years. This is a very good question. Understand carefully. At the end of 5 years, she is going to repay her first installment. So for first 4 years, she is not going to do anything. So for years 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there is no activity on this loan. So when we take 50,000 and we don't do anything, it will just keep on growing at the interest rate of 10%, right? So 50,000 at the interest rate of 10% will become how much? How can we find it? 50,000 into 1.1 raised to 4, right? 4 years. So 1.1 raised to 4 into 50,000, that is 73,205. So loan is 73,205 at the end of 4th year. Now she is going to start repayment. Year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it, right? 5 years. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here the loan should end. Now understand, this is the present value of annuity regular. Why? Because at the end of 4th year, think not from now, at the end of 4th year, this is the present value. That present value 73,205 is annuity amount into this present value factor for 5 years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So how do we find present value factor for 5 years? We take 1 divided by 1.1, then 5 times equal to and GT, or equal to M plus 5 times and MRC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we press MRC, we get 3.79,078. No need to write it. You have it in the memory, right? So 73,205 divided by that is divided by MRC you can do. If you press equal to, you get 19,311 as annuity amount. 19,311 or option C is the correct answer. This was a very good and complicated question. So I hope you have understood it properly. If not, let me know in comments. Rajesh invests 20,000 per year in a stock index fund which earns 9% per year for the next 10 years. What would be the closest value of accumulated investment upon payment of last installment? They have asked a lot of question on future value of annuity in this. I don't know why, but fine. So 20,000 per year into 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. So they have already given that value, 2.36736. In exam, don't write this, directly do it on calculator. Minus 1 divided by 9% into 20,000. 3857. 303858. Option B is the correct answer, closest, right? Fine. Next, 23. An investment is earning compounded interest 100 invested in year 2 accumulated to 105 by year 4. They are saying in 2 years 100 becomes 105. Now if 500 is invested in year 5, it will become how much in year 10? Again, this is a good question. They are saying in 2 years 100 becomes 105. Compound interest, right? So amount is 105, principal is 100. We don't know the rate, but we know that it is done in 2 years. Fine. We can find the rate then. If we divide 1.05 is equal to 1 plus I raised to 2. So we can just take square root of 1.05. So 1 plus I will be 1.02469, or if we subtract 1, then I is going to be in percentage terms 2.4695%, right? Or 1 plus I is going to be this, that's it. Now they are asking 500 will become how much in year 10? From year 5 to year 10, that means again 5-year gap. So they are asking 500 will become 1.02469 raised to 5. How much? That's it, right? So 1.02469 raised to 5. So into and 4 times equal to into 500. That is 564.84. So option B is the correct answer of question 23. Again a good question. Okay. 24. An investor is saving to pay off an obligation of 15 to 50, which will be due in 7 years. Again future value, right? But let's see. If the investor is earning 7.5% simple interest rate, then he must deposit the blank to meet the obligation. Fine. We know that this is the amount, right? We know amount is principal plus interest. So 15,000 to 50 is equal to principal plus simple interest is what? Principal into number of years into interest rate, right? So we can just take this P common. It will be 1 plus 7 into 7.5%. 7.5% is 7.5 by 100 into 7 plus 1. So this is going to be 1.525. So just divide it. 15 to 50 divided by 1.525. 10,000 is the correct answer, option C. Easy question, right? Okay. Value of a scooter is 1 lakh. Find its depreciation is 10%. Okay, no, they have made a lot of printing mistakes. I don't know why, but questions are very good. Calculate total depreciation value at the end of 7 years. I think they mean depreciable value, but let's check. Okay. In case of depreciation, you can directly do it on calculator also. How? Take 1 lakhs. We have to go 7 years further, right? So minus 10% 1 year, minus 10% second year, minus 10% 3, minus 10% fourth year, minus 10% fifth year, minus 10% 6th year, minus 10% 7th year. So at the end of 7th year, depreciable value is 47,829, option A. It should be depreciable value. Depreciable value is WDV. That is how much can be depreciated in future. So for WDV, you can just do it on calculator, no need to go into formulas. Effective rate of interest does not depend upon. Now effective rate of interest, effective rate of interest is what? Converting compound interest rate to simple interest rate. Okay, so it has no relation to principal. Okay, it does not depend upon principal. We are just converting compound interest rate to simple interest so that the person with whom we are talking will understand that how much he is going to get annually. That's it. Okay. Fine. TVM is over. Permutations, combinations. Let's do it. The number of triangles that can be formed by choosing the vertices from a set of 12 points, 7 of which lie on the same line, on the same straight line, fine, is how much? Fine. So 7 points are on same straight line and 5 points are not collinear, right? So let's see how we can select. There are some collinear points, there are some non-collinear points. How can we form a triangle? First of all, we can form a triangle by taking three non-collinear points, right? So what we can do is, see, there are 7 collinear points and 5 non-collinear points. What we can do is ignore this, take 3 points from this to get a triangle. Or what we can do is take 2 from here and 1 from here, right? So take 2 from here, 1 from here. Or what we can do is take 2 from here and then 1 from here, right? 2 and 1. We cannot take 3 from here because then that will be a straight line. So now this is easy. Understand, always understand and or. This is and, this is or. And is multiplication, or is addition. So 7C0 is 1, and 5C3 is what? 10, or 7C1 is 7, and 5C2 is also 10, or 7C2 is how much? You must be able to do these calculations fast. 21 into 5C1 is what? 5. So this is our answer. 10 m plus 7 into 10 m plus 21 into 5 m plus, if you press MRC, sorry, I did some mistake, 10 m plus 7 into 10 m plus 21 into 5 m plus MRC, you get 185, option A. Okay. 28. 5 bulbs, of which 3 are defective and 2 are non-defective, are to be tried in 2 light points in a dark room. In how many trials? They have made a lot of spelling mistakes. I don't know what is wrong this time, but questions are good, so let's ignore those. In how many trials the room shall be lighted, it should be fine. Now there are 2 switches, right? That means we have to select 2 bulbs. Out of that, if we want the room to be lighted, at least one has to be non-defective bulb. That means how can we select? We can select either, see, there are defectives, there are non-defectives. We can select either 1 non-defective and 1 defective, or we can select 2 non-defectives, 0 defectives. We cannot select both defective bulbs. Why? Because then room will not be lighted, right? Okay. There are 3 defectives, there are 2 non-defectives. Again, and, or. So 3C1 is 3 and 2C1 is 2, or 3C0 is 1 and 2C2 is 1. So 3 into 2, 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. 29. In how many ways can a party of 4 men and 4 women be seated at a circular table so that no 2 women are adjacent? In such kind of questions, always follow this approach. Okay, first select either of them, men or women. So let's say men, 1, 2, 3, 4. In a circular arrangement for 4 people, there are 4 minus 1, that is 3 factorial ways, because circular permutation is what? N minus 1 factorial. Now men are fixed, okay, so M1, M2, M3, M4. Now we have to arrange the women in between 2 men, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is not circular permutation, understand? Now men are fixed, so we cannot rotate women without moving this, right? So now this is not a circular permutation, this is just regular permutation, so 4 factorial. So 3 factorial into 4 factorial, 24 into 6, 144 is the correct answer, option C. How many words can be found with the letters of the word Oriental so that A and E always occupy odd places? O-R-I-E-N-T-A-L. Okay. We want A and E to always occupy odd places. How many are odd places? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first of all, let's see, is there any repetition? O-R-I-E-N-T-A-L. Nothing, no repetition, right? Fine. So there are 4 odd places and only 2 letters which we want to arrange in those. So 4P2. Now let's say we have arranged A and E. Let's say we have arranged it at these 2 places. Now for remaining letters there is no restriction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can arrange in 6 factorial ways. Right? So 4P2 into 6 factorial is the correct answer. Just a second. Okay, so 4P2 is what? 4 into 3, 12. 12 into 6 factorial is 720. 8640 is the correct answer. Don't take 8460. B and C are confusing looking options, but option C is the correct answer. 31. Number of ways of painting face of cube by 6 different colors. Okay, this is a good question. Mark it. This is a really good question. Concentrate carefully. Okay. Now a cube. Let's assume a dice. Okay, die, or let's say dice. Okay. Regularly we call it dice only. So for a cube, understand, let's say we have a cube like this, a die like this. Let me take example of my phone. Okay, it is not a cube, but assume that it is a cube. Now cube has all sides same, right? All sides of same length, width, breadth, right? So if you rotate a cube, it does not matter. So it is like circular permutation. If you rotate a cube, it does not matter. So concentrate that you have to think of it as circular permutation. How do we do that? Let's fix position of the cube like this. Let's fix it like this. Okay. Let's this front side, this is back side. Or if I rearrange it, then this will be, this will be front side, this will be back side, does not matter. So let's say we have fixed front side and back side of the cube. We have 6 colors. Let's say this side we paint by some color, let's say blue color. So this side is already blue. Now we have fixed that this is front side. We are not rotating it now. Just like this men and women example, understand, in circular permutation our objective is to fix something first and then do rest of it. So now this is fixed, we have painted blue color, that's it. Now 5 colors are remaining, so on the back side I can paint any of the 5 colors. Fine. Now how many sides are remaining? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 sides, right? But concentrate, 4 sides, 4 colors. So it should ideally be 4 factorial. But it will not be 4 factorial because we can rotate this cube also, right? So if we rotate it, this is a cube, this is not a phone. Okay, assume that it is a cube, so it is a dice. If we rotate it, it does not matter, it is still the same die. Right? If we rotate it, it is still going to be the same thing. Just because we rotate it does not mean it is different. Right? So it is circular permutation for these 4 sides, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Not front and back. The sides on left, right, bottom and top, these can be rotated. If they can be rotated, that means even though there are 4 sides, we can do it in 4 minus 1, that is 3 factorial ways, because it is circular permutation. So 5 into 3 factorial, 30 will be the correct answer. Like I said, this is a very good question. If you have not understood it, let me know in comments, I'll explain again. Okay, but I hope this is clear. Okay, so if you understand circular permutation conceptually, this should be easy. 32. Sum of an AP whose first term is minus 4, last term is 146 is 7171. Find value of n. Very easy, because we have formula for Sn 7171, which is n by 2 into first term plus last term. Right? No need to write, do it on calculator. 146 minus 4 by 2, 71. So 71n is equal to 7171. So that is going to be what? 101. Right? C is the correct answer for 32. Next, 33. In a GP, second term is 12, sixth term is 192. Fine. Second term is what? AR, because AR raised to n minus 1, right? Sixth term is what? AR raised to 5, AR raised to n minus 1. So if we divide sixth term by second term, that is 192 by 12, we should get AA cancelled. R raised to 5 upon R raised to 1 is R raised to 5 minus 1. So R raised to 4 is 192 by 12, 16. We know that 2 raised to 4 is 16, right? So R is what? 2. It can be minus 2 also, but anyway none of the options are negative, so let's ignore that. So let's say 2 is R, 2. So now 11th term is what? Understand carefully, no need to find A. Don't find A. If you want, find it. So AR was 12, right? So R is 2, that means A is 6, and that is also okay. So 11th term is what? A into R raised to n minus 1. So 2 raised to n into 6. How much is that? 6144. Option D is the correct answer. Or what I was saying is, don't find A. You have 6th term, right? So just do into 2, 7th term, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's it. So whatever you want. 34. Again, I don't know why they have repeated this question, but fine. First and last term they have given, sum of terms is given. So 45955, same formula, right? Is equal to n by 2 into A plus Tn. So 905 plus 5 divided by 2. That is 455n is equal to 45955. Right? So 102 is the correct answer, option D. Fine. Last 6 questions. Just a second. Yeah. This is 101, I guess. Okay, let me check. 45955 by 450. Oh, sorry, 101. Okay, I am not able to see the numbers correctly on my calculator. I don't know what is wrong, but 101 is correct answer, not 102. 35. Sum of first 8 terms of GP is 5 times the sum of first 4 terms. Fine. The common ratio is, okay, we can form an equation. I think that will be pretty easy. Sum of first 8 terms will be what? You must know the formula. So A into R raised to n minus 1 upon R minus 1 is means is equal to 5 times, means 5 into sum of first four terms. First four terms is what? A into r raised to 4 minus 1 upon r minus 1. We can cancel a because it will get divided. We can cancel r minus 1 because it will get multiplied. So that means r raised to 8 minus 1 is equal to 5 times r raised to 4 minus 1. We can go by options. If you want, you can go by options now, or you can solve. So if we go by options, root 3 raised to 8 minus 1 is equal to 5 times root 3 raised to 4 minus 1. Root 3 raised to 8 is what? 3 raised to 4. So 3 raised to 4 is what? 80. 3 raised to 4 minus 1 is equal to 5 times root 3 raised to 4 is 3 square. 3 square is 9. 9 minus 1 into 5. So that is 40, right? So 80 is not equal to 40. Option A is not correct. Option B, root 2. So root 2 raised to 8. Root 2 raised to 8 minus 1. That is 2 raised to 4 minus 1. That is 15. Is equal to 5 times root 2 raised to 4 minus 1. That is 5 times root 2 raised to 4 is what? Sorry. 2 square. 2 square is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 into 3 is 50. So root 2 is the correct answer. This is how fast you should be, so that in exam you can perform well and get, there is a chance to get 70 plus 80 plus good marks, right? So I have also started uploading strategy videos. Okay, so I'll upload this also, that if you're good at maths, if you're strong at maths, how should you approach the exam? If you're weak at maths, how should you approach the exam? Because see, even if you're weak at one subject, it does not matter, but the point is you should be able to clear it while using a proper strategy. So you should know all the concepts which are relevant and you should be able to apply them. Okay, so I'll tell you how to do that. 36. Conceptual clarity is very important. 36. If the sum of n terms is this and common difference is 6, then its term is, so I think they mean its first term is, right? I don't know. First term is what? Sum of n terms is 3n square minus n. So sum of one term will be what? 3 minus 1, that is 2. So first term is 2. Option B is the correct answer. If they are asking first term, I don't know what they are asking. Two finite sets have m and n elements. Total number of subsets of first set is 56, more than total number of subsets of second set. The value of m and n are. Okay, now the sets questions have started. Okay, so we have a direct formula for number of subsets, right? Number of subsets is 2 raised to n. So let's check if 2 raised to 6 minus 2 raised to 3, is it 56? Let's check. 2 raised to 6 is what? 64 minus 8. Yes, so option A is the correct answer for question 37. No need to do anything else. 38 is about functions. If f of p is 1 by 1 minus p, then what is f inverse? Okay, f inverse p. Inverse is a good question. How to do that? Let's assume this as q. Now our objective is, see, currently it is q is equal to something. Our objective is to make it p is equal to something. Let's see how we can do that. P is equal to something. What can we do? Can I write q into 1 minus p is equal to 1? Right? Fine. Then that means can I write q minus pq is equal to 1? Sorry. That means can I write pq is equal to, if we take it to right hand side and bring 1 here, q minus 1. That means can I say q is equal to q minus 1 by p. Q minus 1 by p. Sorry, q minus 1 by q. I'm sorry. P is equal to q minus 1 by q. That is our answer. That is our answer. Understand? This is f inverse. If we write p, if we write q, it will be q minus 1 by q. If we write p, it will be p minus 1 by p. Option B is the correct answer. Inverse of function is a very easy concept and it can give you easy marks in exam. So just do it, not that difficult, not that complicated. 39. Determine fx given that f dash x derivative is this and f of minus 3 is 17. Fine, so question of integration, both the questions are of integration only. Okay, if we have f dash x, that is derivative as this, let's take integration of both x dx. If we take integration 12x square, so 12 will remain as it is, x square will become x cube by 3, minus 4 will remain as it is, x square by 2, and plus constant. Okay, fine. So 4, 2. So 4x cube minus 2x square plus c. That is f of x. but they have given that f of minus 3, which will be what, 4 into minus 3 cube minus 2 into minus 3 square plus c, is given as 17, right? So we can find value of c. Let's find value of c. Minus 3 cube will be what, minus 27, so that will be minus 108 minus 3 square is plus 9, so 9 into 2, 18, plus c is equal to 17. So c will be what, 17 plus 108 plus 18, that is 143. Okay sir, answer is going to be, instead of c we write 143. So option what, A. Okay, positive 143 only. So option A is the correct answer for 39. Next is last 40. Integration of x e raised to x dx from 0 to 1. This is a normal question of integration by parts. Okay, so let's try it out. Now let's first write a formula for integration by parts. If we have something like this, then how can we integrate by parts? U integration v dx minus integration of u dash into integration of v dx, right? Fine. Now generally, if you know the basic rules of assuming u and v, then you know that u is something which will reduce when you take derivative because you are taking u dash, right? V is something which is easily integratable, which can be easily integrated generally. So this is v, this is u. Fine. You must know that LIAT rule, that is also good. Fine. So x is u, e raised to x is v. Let's put it here. Fine. So that is going to be x into integration of v, that is e raised to x, minus integration of u dash, that is 1, into integration of v is e raised to x dx. So that is nothing but x e raised to x minus, again integration of e raised to x is e raised to x plus c. So x e raised to x minus e raised to x plus c. Since it is finite integration, will not write plus c, instead we write from 0 to 1. So let's put 1 and let's put 0. If we put 1, it will be 1 into e raised to 1 minus e raised to 1 minus 0 into e raised to 0 minus e raised to 0, right? So let's I'm sorry, find the values. So e raised to 1 minus e raised to 1 is 0, minus e raised to 0 into 0 is 0, and minus e raised to 0 is 1. So minus 1 is plus 1. Option B is the correct answer for this. What I suggest is, generally in class when I teach this, x e raised to x, then log x, x log x, treat it as standard only and remember it, so that in exam if it comes, it is bonus mark. You don't need to solve anything out of this. If you remember that integration of x e raised to x is x e raised to x minus e raised to x plus c. If you just remember this as standard, then there is no need to do anything else. It will be like bonus mark in exam. Fine. Okay, so we are done with maths part. I hope it was clear to everyone. So, and I hope it was understandable. Some questions were really good and difficult. So if you have any doubts, let me know in comments. For more MCQ practice and updates about new videos, join the Telegram channel, the link of which I have given in the comments. Okay, also do subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get new updates for statistics part and second series MTP. Okay, I hope it was clear. Let's stop for today. Bye everyone.